Hi, welcome back to Hinduism Q&A, where we take a 5-minute look at those interesting but unanswered questions you have about our dharma. If you have any topics you think we should look at, you can put them in the comment section below. This episode is special because we're going to explore a question asked by one of our younger viewers, Jay Osman. The question he asks is, why is it that we can't eat animals, but animals can eat other animals without committing a sin? Well, that's a very interesting question, Jay, and a perfect time for it just after our What is Karma video from last time. Firstly, let's set some assumptions for the purposes of this session. We assume that we are going on the path of ahimsa or non-violence, and that eating flesh is therefore prohibited in our dharma. This is another whole topic of discussion, but for now we make that assumption. Before we answer Jay's question, let me tell you a small story. In the Mahabharata, the advisor to the king was Vidur. He was actually a reincarnation of Dharmraj or Yamraj, who is the dispenser of justice. He had to take birth on earth because he severely but disproportionately punished Rishi Mandavya for a sin. So the sage cursed him that he would have to take birth on earth to solve riddles of right and wrong. He took birth as Vidur, unparalleled in knowledge of dharma, scriptures and statesmanship, and totally devoid of attachment and anger. Once, when the king had to decide on who should take the throne, being worthy of it rather than just being in the lineage, he asked Vidur to test two princes. One was called Yudhishthir and one was called Duryodhan. Therefore Vidur put a simple question to the two princes. A murder is committed. What punishment should the murderer get if he is a Shudra, i.e. an uneducated labourer, a Vaisya, i.e. an educated businessman, a Kshatriya, a soldier in the king's army, or a Brahmin, a learned priest? Duryodhan was quick and confident to answer that the punishment should be the same, whatever the murderer's caste or standing. And to be fair, this is the premise we would follow today in the courts of justice. Yudhishthir, who was upstanding and wise, answered as such. If a labourer or a Shudra who is uneducated commits a murder, he has to be punished according to whatever is prescribed for such a crime. A Vaishya, on the other hand, i.e. a businessman, guilty of the same crime, should get double the punishment of that, for he is an educated person who should be aware of the consequences of his crime and know the difference between right and wrong. A Kshatriya should get 4 times that punishment. He is duty bound to protect people, and instead of protecting, he has used his skill to kill one of them. And the Brahmin, who is the most learned of all, should be given the most severe punishment, double that of the Kshatriya. His duty is to educate people, to teach them the difference between right and wrong. If he himself commits such a crime, then this will be the beginning of society's downfall. I tell you this story because Yudhishthir was actually the son of Dharmraj, so his answer would have the essence of how Dharmraj would deliver karma. Now let's get back to the question that Jay asked, which was, why is it that we can't eat animals, but animals can eat other animals without committing a sin? Well, in the same way as Yudhishthir's answer, we explored Kriyam and Karma last time, the karma we generate. This is weighted, so humans, as the most evolved, knowledgeable and powerful of all beings, have a duty to know right from wrong, like the Brahmin we saw earlier, and are duty bound to protect the weaker beings, like the Kshatriya we saw. When we commit an offence against dharma or nature, the karma is more severe, which is why we should not commit hinsa or violence against other living entities. Animals, on the other hand, are made by God with natural instincts to hunt, kill and eat. They kill other animals to survive, and not out of malice or pleasure. It is the nature the Lord has imbibed in them. Since they don't have the ability to discern right from wrong, when they hunt, they are not generating the same level of karma, because it is by God's design. Thank you for this interesting question, Jay, and I hope you all enjoyed this and my previous videos. See you next time.